Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Fantasy
Oh,
Football Mafia podcast. Comeback kid here. JoJo's with us again.
how's it going?
The jabroni Brian not with us
He is the jabroni of the week. Just put it that way. The jabroni of the
every
week.
week. Every week. That's too easy. It's too
I
easy.
mean, if you're absent, you're the jabroni.
I mean, he was pretty on point
Oh,
last week.
he
Maybe
did.
because he wasn't on the show, he had more time to. I don't know.
I guess he's taking his victory lap right now.
It's one long lap.
It's a really long lap. He's a slow runner, guys. He doesn't finish that trip. Anyway.
He's gonna huff and puff at the end, knowing him.
Anyways.
Okay,
Move
we're
on to
gonna
the
go to the
picks, dude.
matchups. We're gonna go in the matchups today. Then we're gonna get into our jabronis, our goodfellas, and then our pick'ems, and answer questions while we're on the way.
Of course. And feel free when we're on pick'ems, guys, I can probably get a consensus of what you guys might like to do on those picks. So maybe I'll make a little note on what the chat, and we'll kind of like put you guys in our pick'em counter of the week. So
Yeah, let's do that. Chime in. We want to know.
oh, an underdog. Did you want to do the underdog this week? Make a ticket.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna have to walk me through that one. How we do it? Actually, I haven't done one before, but we can do it.
Oh man, but I don't think. Oh, I can. Can I share?
I think
Oh,
so.
it says share. Okay, so let me pull it up as you're doing it. But go ahead, start with the matchups. I'll pull it up and maybe we can do one on stream.
Yeah, what's the first match be out of there?
I have the London game, Miami at Jacksonville, but again, it's in London, across the pond.
That's an interesting matchup.
Which
I think Tua
like
should be playing, right?
What's your best British accent? Let me hear it.
All my accents sound like Australian.
I bet your bite is horrible too.
Good day, mate. Is that Australian?
I don't know if that's even any other.
Good day, mate. That's British.
That'd be kind of Australian.
Pardon?
I don't know.
Pardon me.
Miami and Jacksonville here to play. I don't know what that sounds like either.
I have no idea. That sounds like a
All right, anyway, let's get into
cowboy or something.
Definitely been a cowboy.
All right, this matchup has two pretty bad defenses, so you could see some fantasy points on the board. But some players you want to highlight: Marvin Jones. People are kind of wondering about him. He had a pretty good first few weeks, and then all of a sudden, these last 2 weeks, he's been a total dud. So over under 12 points. What do you say? PPR.
Well, I mean, I think Xavier Howard is already ruled out, right? I think I got that note. So
yeah, he's out. He's out.
This could be a prime spot for him. I am gonna say Jacksonville does well in these like London games. I'll say that. So their past history, I'm gonna say over.
Yeah, I'm gonna say over. I think Marvin Jones is due for another good matchup or another good game. It's a bad matchup. Well, it's a good matchup for him, but it's
also an underdog right now. The over under is 60.5 yards, receiving yards. You think over under on that?
16, you said?
60.
60. Oh. I think he goes over that.
Okay. So there you
go. And I'm sharing this live. 1 second. Here it is. I forgot to share it.
On what?
The homies. You know how it is.
For the homies?
Yeah, you're not my only friend, Joey. I have like 2 more.
Good. We all need about 3 in our lives.
That's good enough.
You got a friend in me.
Well, on the other side, the Dolphins side, over under on, let's say, Myles Gaskin. He had the explosive week last week, which was pretty shocking, but he was involved in the passing game. With Tua coming back, we're going to stay with that 12 points, over under 12 points.
It's pretty fair, but I'm going to go under.
Man, this is a tough one, actually.
I mean, projection's all median, right? Like it's median projection.
Yeah, I think
fair. It's a fair projection. Fair projection, but I mean, Jacksonville's not that great. I'm going off Jacksonville, doing well, getting their first win here.
Yeah, I think they will give Gaskin some more carries, but I don't think he gets involved as much as he was last game in the passing. So I'll go under.
You know what's
10 points.
horrible
Just
about these British fans, man? They get the best of the best of the NFL.
Yeah,
I mean,
man, they get these great teams. And
they get these like 1-4 teams, 1-4 teams last week, and then they get a 1-5 and a 1-4 and a 0-5. So insane, man! Great games, London.
Those lucky Brits. Good day, mate.
Brits.
You need to stop doing that. All right, let's go to the next matchup.
Did you want to do the pick'em with that one, or do you want to do pick'ems at the end?
Next, we'll do it at the end.
I will do it at the end. Okay, cool. Just wanted to see. Okay, next matchup, I got Green Bay at Chicago.
Green Bay and Chicago. Okay, we got
Soldier Field.
I think the big question here, I think Allen Robinson and Mooney are they're benching unless you think they're gonna blow up this game.
Yeah, and then you got to bring
up
the whole
time you have to bench Robinson. I think it's hurting fantasy teams way too much. Just keep him in there.
I'm not going to fight you on that. I think you can probably bench him and just give him a show me week and hope. I mean, you want him to show some life. I mean, it might hurt you that he might throw up 18 or something like that, but at the same time, he hasn't been giving you much. And also, Matt Nagy's his game plans have been just very ball. I'm trying to say run centric, and then I'm just going to say conservative, just so that he puts Justin Fields in good positions to succeed. But it's not a high volume passing offense right now. So the volume's not going to be there for A-Rob either.
Well, that being said, in the run game, you think they're going to run the ball a lot against the Green Bay run defense. It's not that great. So Khalil Herbert, question. His projected is 14 points. You think he gets over that? I hope so, because I'm starting.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. Just because I don't think he's not gonna have any other touches. I mean, who's really gonna compete with him for touches? They're gonna give a 4-sheet running back more than 20%. I don't think so.
It's a bad run defense in the Packers. The Bears are gonna run a lot. He's definitely gonna get the volume, and you just gotta hope he lands in the touchdown. So I think he does. So I'm gonna go over as well.
Indeed.
Let's go, Khalil. Then on the Packers side, he's starting the Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, Javonte Adams, of course. I think the only question might be like a Robert Tonyan, who's been a dud the last couple of weeks. His projected total, 7 points. I think he gets over that.
Damn.
Sixth ranked Chicago defense against tight ends.
Oh, man.
These last couple of weeks,
tight ends so hard to
targets, 2 receptions, 7 targets.
All he needs is one. If he falls in the end zone, he hits that projection. So I'm gonna say he falls in the end zone. I'm gonna say he falls in the end zone this week. That's it.
Really?
I'm just gonna say that's the only way. The only way he gets there is if he gets in the end zone. And Brady. Rodgers can still target him in the red zone.
Yeah, that's possible. I'll go under just to be different from you.
Okay.
We'll do the projection later on this game. What's the next one?
Oh, my bad. I got Cincy at Detroit.
Amon-Ra, I think, is pretty interesting this week. I think Tyrell Williams is out again. Cephas is injured. Hawkinson is banged up.
Yeah, Amon-Ra's been getting more work.
What else do they have?
Swift and Williams. Yeah. Swift and Williams. Yeah.
Well, you start Swift, definitely. But Amon-Ra, I think his projection total right now is 10 points. So let me ask you, would you start Amon-Ra or Darnell Mooney?
I love Mooney, man, but I feel like, us saying sit Robinson and Mooney, I just feel like, Justin's going to take a shot with Mooney and then he's going to hit one. But I'm actually going to say Amon-Ra just because of the floor he's been getting and the volume. I'm going to stick with that. And since his defensive secondary is not that great, so I think he can still get you a solid 10 double-digit points for the week.
So you're going over the 10 points.
I'll go over.
Nice. I like it. Yeah, I'm going to go over too. I like him in this matchup, honestly. Cincinnati, 20th against fantasy receivers. I think it's going to be a pretty high-scoring game. Mm-hmm. And I think this might be the upset of the week.
Could be
thinking about it. But on the other side, the Bengals, Higgins is going to be back. I think he was back last week too, right?
He was. Yeah, all three of them were. Yeah.
Chase should have a great game this week. I think Burrow is worthy of a start this week, definitely.
Yeah. And Mixon,
yeah.
the Cincinnati beat writer, I saw the tweet today. They per Zach Taylor, quote, Joe Mixon should get a full workload. That's what the tweet said. And so Cincy beat writer from the coach, take it how you want it. But we've also been duped before by coach speak. So I always want to exercise some caution with that. But at least as of today, Friday, that's what was said.
Would you start him?
Joe Mixon?
Yeah.
I mean, he's like a second round pick for most people, right?
You kind of have to at this point.
I mean, and Detroit is nothing to write home about either. So, we saw I'll just say this: Samaje Perine is getting more and more work. He definitely proved last week that he's out this week. Backfield. Oh, he's out this week. Okay, then
yeah.
Oh, that's right, COVID. I didn't get hurt. I was like, he didn't get hurt. Yeah. So then you definitely have to start Mixon just because of the workload. I think that's probably why Zach Taylor said so, because I forgot about the COVID thing.
What if you're one of these guys that picked up Khalil Herbert? Would you start Mixon over Khalil Herbert? Or
yeah,
okay, cool.
Talent, man. Just that guy's done it. So
yeah, definitely. Another question: Tyler Boyd. I think his projection is around 11 points. He's one of those guys when Higgins came back, wasn't as involved. So what's your take on that? Over under?
I'm gonna say over.
I
hate picking unders. I'll say that I hate picking unders, but because I just definitely can see things going in. Again, the secondary is horrendous.
Yeah, 11 points is not that much. I mean, you can get that definitely.
It's 5 for 70 something yards. That's easy.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Next matchup.
We got.
I'm not even using this soundboard.
Houston at Indy. I don't know. You got to start using the soundboard, bro.
Always forgetting it's even here.
Man,
I can use the fart.
That's why we need Brian on this damn stream. Brian, help us out like this. I do that, and then you could just be focused on the soundboard. But hey, now
exactly. I can just do a bunch of fart sounds when he talks.
Pretty much, you'll be doing that definitely when he comes back on for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway.
What was the next matchup?
Houston at Indy.
Houston at Indy. Okay.
I'm bringing up some of these damn stats here, but I've been forgetting myself.
The Houston side, I think Mills is still starting, right?
Mills is still starting, and the only other starter that actually would be fantasy relevant is still and always will be Brandon Cooks until otherwise noted. We can move on to the Indy side.
Yeah, that's all we need to cover. On the Indy side, you're starting Michael Pittman, Jonathan Taylor, of course. I think Ty might be coming back this game.
I got to get confirmation. I think he returned to practice, but I don't know if he's actually going to play.
Okay, yeah, I got to figure that out. The only question people would have is maybe Nyheim Hines. His projected total.
Says he's about to make his season debut Sunday.
Ooh, okay.
But Hilton, it's going to still be game time decision. Yeah. So sit tight. You got to wait till lock, and you got to wait till some more news comes out.
Would you start him over a guy like
or Hines? I wouldn't start Hilton this week.
Would you pick him up?
I mean, yeah, you can pick him up if you got a bench spot open. Yeah, why not? I mean, he should be getting to full workload and be a starting out wide for them once he gets up to full speed. I think it's gonna hurt Zach Pascal's value, in my opinion. Even though he's been really productive, he's definitely earned a role. But I still think Ty and Pittman are be the outside, and then see what Zach does.
Yeah, and I think other than Pittman and Jonathan Taylor, I think you're avoiding everyone else, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't play any of the tight ends, even though you never know. Mo Alley Cox always has that 2 to 3 games per year that he just goes bonkers.
This could be one, but
could be one.
Houston's pretty bad against tight ends, so that's something to note.
Something to note. I mean, it's something more of a DFS play.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, nothing on season long. I think the only season long stuff it's Pittman, it's Taylor, and if you want to take a shot on Hines, but again, that's more of a GPP DFS tournament shot just to get off the Jonathan Taylor chalk because he should be chalky this week.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Let's get into the next one. I think it pretty much covers that.
Yeah, Los Angeles Rams versus the Giants. Yeah.
Rams, Giants. That's a good matchup. It's a good matchup for my boy Henderson. Definitely start him this week. I'll talk about
D
him.
Hendo. Yeah. McVay loves that guy. I mean, of course, if Akers was still healthy, Hendo would just be the handcuff. But I think he really likes D Hendo. I don't think any other. I don't think Sonny Michel's not going to get much work. I tried to trade for Sony just because I needed the insurance on Henderson, but the guy wouldn't give him to me. I even tried to give him Alex Collins, who's making another start this week. He didn't want to give him to me, but it is what it is. Anyway, Javonte Booker
on the Rams side. Oh, you want to start with the Giants side? Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, Javonte Booker is probably a question for a lot of people. They start him this week. What do you do with Javonte Booker?
I'll say this. This might help a lot of people out too, because it is a condensed week, right? Teams are on bye. 6 full teams are not playing. No, I'm sorry. 4 full teams are not playing. I guess 6 full teams if you want to. Obviously, Thursday night's already over, so there you go. 6 full teams there. But yeah, it's a condensed week, so some of these plays that it might not be in a normal full week because there's more players out there. I'll just say Javonte Booker is definitely startable. I think he's a solid running back. He's gonna be 3 downs. I don't think there's any other running back on the roster that should be competing for touches outside of him tapping his helmet for a breather. So I think you got to fire him up.
He's another one of these bunch of volume guys, and for me, that's what I like. I like guys who's going to get the ball, you're going to get a bunch of carries, and it might be a little bit of a tough matchup, but hey, you're depending on the volume, and hopefully he lands in touchdown.
What's the projection on Kadarius Toney?
10 points.
Oh, over.
I'm going to go over that.
Yeah, I mean,
Shepard and stuff should be back. Does that play a role for you?
I know Galladay's not going to be back.
Galladay's not back, no.
So that's what I'm saying. There's still the 3rd spot open for him to do work. I think they've seen a lot out of this kid to where like we got to get him the ball at some point. Maybe he's not going to get I think he got 14 targets last game. He had 10 catches. I don't know how many targets, but he had a double-digit targets. Maybe he should get somewhere between 5 and 7.
Yeah, it will definitely be a little downgrade, but Daniel Jones is playing, so that's a good sign.
Exactly. That's another reason why I like Toney. He's the best receiver on that team. I'll say that right now.
What? I just wanted to use it. I agree, actually, because and I think the Giants know that now after seeing him last game.
Seeing what he did, that's like, this guy different. He's different.
Yeah, they want to get him the ball.
He reminds me of that what other Giants receiver they used to have, number 13, who also missed like first part of his rookie year and then came in and balled out. Same type of story. You got that little narrative of OBJ and that. Exactly.
OBJ, man. I miss him. I miss him being good.
But they got this new
He'll
kid.
come back one day. But the projected total you're going over on that. I wanted to ask about Javonte Booker, though. If someone has a start sick question, would you rather start Javonte Booker or a guy like Javonte Williams?
You got to go with the guaranteed volume, just because I'm waiting for the game where Javonte does get like 75 to 80% of the carries, though. That game is coming. The game is coming where Javonte Williams just gets like 80% of the work, and then they give him the rest of the way, pretty much like what Cam Akers did. There's a lot of comparisons to the situation as Cam Akers was in Rams last year. I'm just waiting for that to turn. And I made a trade for Javonte this week in my league, my personal league that I commission. I'm the commissioner. I commission. Do the commissioning of the league. I'm the El Capitan of the league, and I made a trade for Jalen Hurts and Javonte.
Hey, I've done the same in our league.
Yeah, man. I got I got rid of Joe Burrow and who did I get rid of? Who was the one I got rid of? I forget. I don't know. I made it. It was a good trade though. Anyway, I like Javonte Williams. Let's answer this question from John. John, nice to see you, man. Or I can't see you, but thanks for coming.
Nice to see your name there.
Nice to see your name.
Good name. It's a cool name too. John.
Oh, it's Jay-Z, dude. His initials are Jay-Z. That's pretty cool.
Hey, Jay-Z. Should I trade Jonathan Taylor, Robert Woods, and Hollywood Brown for Kamara and Hopkins? Ooh. I wouldn't, to be honest, I wouldn't do this trade.
Why?
I just Jonathan Taylor. I think Kamara and Hopkins are big name guys, but you haven't been that high on Kamara this season. And Hopkins, I'm not that high on because of all the weapons they have in Arizona. And looking at the other guys, Robert Woods, Hollywood Brown, those are high volume guys. And you saw the
Are you
Ravens.
worried about Rashad Bateman though, cutting into Hollywood Brown's work at all this
I'm
week?
not
Or,
too
like, not
worried.
this week. No, not this week, but I'll say down the line.
I'll be more worried about Watkins and those other guys. But Hollywood Brown, he's going to get his. And they're turning into a passing offense, which is crazy. So that's exciting.
They really are, and I don't think that's stopping. And that's the reason why I actually agree with you that I wouldn't do this trade, because I mean, honestly, it's tough, but because I know you got the big names, but I really feel that Robert Woods down the rest of the way, and the way Hollywood is pretty much guaranteed his role to outperform Hopkins for sure. And then John Taylor's putting up on par numbers. I think Kamara is still going to obviously outdo him the rest of the way, but whatever you get from the three guys, I think is going to outproduce those other two the rest of the way.
Yeah, agreed.
There you go.
James welcome back. Pollard,
James
Gaskin. That's a good question. I'm going Gaskin. Yeah, I think he's going to get more touches.
I'm just like on a full fade on Miami, like every single week. I only person I consider playing is Waddle, and that's DFS, and I don't even have any. I only have Waddle on one team out of my 8 teams that I also do for season long.
Waddle.
He's my flex just because I don't have any other option for flex right now. But he's the only other one I would feel comfortable with. I really don't.
We have to pick between Pollard or Gaskin.
I'm picking Pollard, dude. I think I mean, even at limited touches, I think he can still put up what I think Gaskin's projection was 10 points or 11 points. Pollard has a similar projection, I would assume.
It's got to go who you trust more, James. I'm looking at the matchup here against Jacksonville, and then Pollard against New England. But yeah, make your choice, James. Here's another question from James. Trade Godwin and Knox for Ridley. I have Kelsey. Godwin and Knox for Ridley? No, I would not do it. I personally like Godwin even more than Ridley.
Go shore up your running backs. If you want to trade Knox because of what he's been doing, I would try to go for a running back. Obviously, Kelsey's going to hold down that position. I understand why you want to try to sell on Knox. I actually have a little wager going with one of my buddies that Knox is not going to finish top tight end 3 the rest of the way. That's what he wants him to finish, and I was like, nope, let's put a little wager on that one. So I think he's just been super efficient. I think Josh Allen just spreading the ball around. I think if he continues to spread the ball around and get Diggs more involved, I think you're going to pull back from guys like Knox and Manny Sanders. So I like Godwin too, so I wouldn't do it.
Trade CMC for Eckler and Hunt. Oh my goodness, James, you hit us with this question.
Jesus. Well, CMC's out this week again. So if you want to,
your team's probably hurt.
And then Hunt is also might play because I know Chubb has a practice all week, and Hunt missed 2 days of practice, and then he came back on a limited basis. I think
they're gonna force him in, and they're gonna throw him in there. They need
him. And because I've been seeing literally my notifications in all my leagues, people picking up Demetric Felton like left and right. I'm like, okay, cool. But honestly, James, man, if you are in this position, it seems like you're kind of hurting, and you just need to get more depth. I get it. So I wouldn't, if you need it, I would do it just because.
Yeah, if you need it, that's the thing. Like,
if you need it,
depends on your record. If you have a good record and you can wait,
don't do it. You need CMC. CMC will close it out for sure.
If you're desperate and you have a 1-4 record like me, go ahead and do it.
Yeah, because Eckler is running back 2, and I think he's going to finish top 5 at the running back position for sure. So that's the reason why I would do it if you needed that depth. And Hunt always gets work when he's healthy.
Big Perm 33, welcome. Start Josh Jacobs or Julio at flex, and start Fant or Knox at tight end. That's a tough one.
That's a tough one, especially for the tight end question. But I'm gonna start Josh. I think one of us has a JJ at a
I have him as a jabroni. It's a tough matchup, but
it's a tough matchup. But he's healthy, fine. Like he got hurt. You guys got sick or whatever. But like he said his ankle and everything has felt best it's been all season.
I mean, the line for the Raiders doesn't look good, and the Broncos have a really good rush defense. That's what I'm concerned about. But I'll still choose him over Julio because Julio Julio also has a really tough matchup.
You know what kind of game I'm kind of seeing for Josh Jacobs? If you remember the Monday night game against Baltimore, he had like 34 yards rushing, but he had 2 touchdowns. So
He needs a touchdown.
that's what I'm saying. Like touchdown dependent type game. I feel like Raiders might get close and just punch it in.
Yeah, he's more likely to score than Julio is. So
yeah, well, I'll say that since AJ Brown's coming back to this game, I think Trey White's going to follow whoever the healthiest receiver is. I'll say that, and it might be AJ Brown since he's been out there longer. I mean, he was back last week. So
yeah, I think the Bills are going to have a tough time scoring regardless, and they're going to have to lean on Derrick Henry once again.
You mean the Titans?
What did I say?
You said the Bills are going to have a tough time scoring. And I don't think.
Yeah, the Titans.
I don't think that's going to be an issue, especially against Tennessee.
Yeah, that's not going to be an issue at all.
No.
But it's a tight end question. It's a tough one. I'm going Knox. I think against the the Titans, it's such a good matchup for all those weapons.
And I agree with you, but I'm just going to throw this out there just for everybody because everybody knows I'm a Raider fan, but I just have a feeling that this is a big Teddy Bridgewater or Broncos in general, big time, like just shat on the Raiders at Mile High. I hope that there's reverse psychology and we just end up winning the game, but someone posed a question to some analysts. I was like on the tweet feed, right? And people are saying like they expect just Raiders to plummet, right? I think it's the range of outcomes for what the Raiders do from here on out is so wide in both directions. They could be the Raiders of old and completely tank, like they just be show themselves what they were the first 3 weeks, or the offense just gets opened up because Gruden's offense is very conservative. It's check down, it's hit the open guy right then and there, 3-step drop, hit it. I think Ole and that offense, they might air it out. So but it's very volatile that way. So I'll say that. But with that being said, I agree with you, Knox. But don't be surprised if Fant gets in the end zone once or twice.
Hey Chase, welcome back, man. How's it going? PPR, Moss or Herbert? Yeah, no CMC. Oh man. Okay, so we got Moss against the Titans and Hubbard versus playing the blah, 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 blah.
I'm gonna go Hubbard just because of the volume. Moss is definitely getting more and more work, but I think it's very easy for Josh Allen to move the ball in the air against Tennessee's defense. And while Hubbard might get some resistance going against Carolina going against Minnesota a little bit maybe, but I think he can break one. I think this is another position where he can get 100 yards combined receiving and rushing and even get in the end zone. So I'm gonna go with Hubbard on this one.
Yeah, this one's hard for me, but I tend to agree. I'm gonna lean Hubbard. I think that the Bills are gonna go up early, and it might be a game where you see Singletary come in just to preserve Moss later on. So that being said, Hubbard. I just can't take AJ Brown out of the flex. Yeah, I mean you got to start him. And the other receivers are Adams and Terry. Good problem. Yeah, that's a very good problem. I wish I had that problem. Give me your problem.
Also, you gotta wait till I think Terry's expected to play, but he popped up on the injury report with a hammy. So just be careful with that. You're gonna go with your gut call. Make sure you get a good injury report or whoever you follow to give you final injury stuff before lock. Because hammies can always pop up in the first play of the game. So, but yeah, I mean, you got Terry. You got to try. You probably have to start him. It's tough.
Yeah, and you got to start AJ Brown, I guess, over one of these guys too.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't think I can fit both Moss and Hubbard in, especially with those receivers. I understand. Yeah, man, good luck, Chase. But take that one to lock because obviously there's still a lot of injury news coming up, and I hate those soft tissue injuries. But Adams is a complete lock, that's for sure.
You think?
You never have to worry about that guy. Set it and forget it.
So we could skip the Bills matchup because I think we just
covered that one. Yeah, that's the Monday night game. We definitely covered that one. That's good. Los Angeles and Baltimore. Let's keep going with that one.
The Chargers
we're left, so we're almost done.
This is one of the most interesting matchups.
Yeah, I would say this one's one of my favorite of the week for hey, so the Chargers were in that 90-point game or something last week. Chargers are another one. And guess what? The Raiders took them to the Baltimore Ravens to overtime, and the Chiefs also had a big high scoring again. This could be another big week between this game. This is one of my favorite game stacks. And
I think,
I like it
there's
on both
must
sides.
starts on there's must starts on both sides.
I like everybody. Honestly, I don't think there's actually anything but the actual running backs of Baltimore Ravens. I would say that's the only red flags, but everything, and I guess Jared Cook on the tight ends on the Charger side. I guess those are my 2 red flags for each team. Outside of that, start everybody else.
Yeah, I agree with that. But how about if you have Marquise Brown and you have another guy like Cortland Sutton? You got to start one.
I like Courtland Sutton, but
Yeah?
but not over Marquise Brown. I'd say I like Courtland Sutton this week,
Marquise.
though. Yeah.
So you start Marquise over Sutton?
Raiders, though, it's against the Raiders, though, man. Casey Hayward is supposed to play. I mean, I guess I might like Tim Patrick more just because it's on the other corner. But yeah, I still like Cortland Sutton to play well. But I'm definitely going to go Marquise Brown on that one for sure.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
What do we got next?
We got Arizona at Cleveland. That's another good matchup.
That is a very good matchup.
But the injuries, obviously, with the running backs with Cleveland, which is their bread and butter. Obviously, I think Chubb is definitely trending towards not playing, or he actually Schefter did tweet today, right? Schefter did tweet that. So yeah, he's out. It's just clearing Kareem Hunt for work. And in games when Chubb is out, Kareem Hunt is like a bona fide top 5 back.
Yeah, I thought that last year, though. I did think that last year I had Hunt, and he was okay. He wasn't like the top 5 guy you would think. Maybe this year it's different.
But he's also not healthy this week, so I wouldn't say top 5.
Yeah, and also surprisingly, Arizona's run defense has been pretty top notch.
Yeah, Chandler Jones, J.J. Watt has obviously helped that tremendously, and just fortifying that interior line. Yeah. So I definitely with that. And then moving Isaiah Simmons to middle linebacker was another move that Arizona did, and that guy's just flying around the field. That guy's flying around the field, man. So,
but yeah, you're starting Hunt anyways, but just be a little.
What do you think? What's Rondale Moore's projection? I want to do that one.
I think it's about 9 points.
I'm going over. I think he's gonna have a big week this week. He's one of my favorite receivers on that team right now.
So he's the Cardinals receivers. You're putting him at number 2 this week.
Yeah, I'm putting him at number 2 for sure. I think Hop might do the same thing, get you about close to 20 points in a matchup like this. But I think Rondale Moore is going to have one of those like just splash plays.
Chase Edmonds, you like him? James Conner.
James Conner, I'll play Edmonds though.
Yeah, PPR guy if he plays. Yeah. And then who's on the other side?
Cleveland, obviously Hunt. You got to lock him in if he's starting.
OBJ I think.
OBJ I think is Let's talk about OBJ.
Yeah, so he's okay. Last week the Browns played the Chargers. There was 42 points on the board.
Yeah.
And Odell only had 2 catches for 20 yards.
You know what's even worse? OBJ has played 26 games as a Brown. 26. How many 100-yard games has he had?
2.
How'd you know that?
Really?
2 games. 2 games. 2 games of 100 receiving yards or more in 26. He's definitely not the same guy. I think there's just a chemistry issue. I don't think they don't like each other between him and Baker. It's just a chemistry issue. It's just not working on the field. For whatever reason, I think they got to ship him out before the trade deadline, get some value for him, get some picks, whoever may need him. Maybe the Raiders. They need a number 1. They need a true number 1. I like Ruggs. I like Brian Edwards, but I mean, give the talent over there. Let's see what happens.
So if you have him, you're probably sitting him and try to
prove. It's like an A-Rob situation.
Yeah, he's like an A-Rob.
There you go. Okay.
I think that's it for that side.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get the same production out of Njoku this week. Obviously, he got most of that on one play, 72-yard score. So I wouldn't chase that right this week.
Nope. Agreed.
Yeah. Next matchup, only 2 more left here. Oh no, 3 more left. Las Vegas at Denver. I guess we can go this one pretty quick because I said I like everybody on Denver against the Raiders this week. Of course, I said the whole volatility on both sides of the Raiders, it can be very bad, but it can also be very surprising. Like I can see Ruggs getting loose on one. I can see a big Darren Waller week happening. Like they just get their minds right and just ball out this week. But that being said, I'm not going to endorse it fully. I'm gonna be a conservative with caution and just say play the Denver Broncos.
Wow. Against your own Raiders.
That's tough. I'm still gonna pick them in our pick 'em though. Don't get me wrong. But as far as fantasy wise, because I'm doing this for the people, I'm not trying to be biased just to play my guys. But I'm just gonna do that. Hope you guys can respect that.
So, on the same matchup, then, who would you start, Javonte Williams or Josh Jacobs?
I'm starting Javonte. I'm starting. If you have them both, you're gonna play them. But like, who do I like more this week? I'm playing Javonte. Like, I have him in my flex. In a couple leagues now that I have them, and I'm playing them this week.
Josh Jacobs or Devontae Booker?
Devontae Booker. Volume.
Well,
although, did you see that Josh Jacobs last 2 weeks, I think, has 5 catches in each game, or 4 or 5 catches in each game?
5 targets.
Five targets. Okay,
yeah, which is good still.
That's what I'm saying. So he's getting slightly more involved with in the passing game. Kenyon Drake is just, I don't know what happened with that signing. He's definitely not getting utilized in the way that they wanted to use him. And then Spook came back. If you guys know who Spook is, that's Jalen Richard. He came back from short-term IR, just played a couple snaps, didn't do much. But he's another guy that can take away targets, but Josh still got some. So it's good. It's interesting for that. Something to monitor further. If he keeps doing that third time in a row, I think you got to start considering him for a flex spot in your lineup.
Definitely. And I like Hunter Renfrow. We got to mention him.
Oh,
Although it's a little tough matchup, but he has a high floor. Yeah, he's a good floor guy.
I want to know who has more points this year between him and Keenan Allen. I want to say it's very close.
Really? I got to check that.
Renfrow might have more points than Keenan Allen.
We have to check.
I will check that actually myself too. See who comes up with it faster. I think you will.
I'm ready for the what drop if Renfrow has one.
Only 1 second. There you go. Organizing by points. Where's the points? There you go. Let's see. Keenan Allen. Oh, no. I don't think so. Yeah, no. Keenan Allen still has more. Okay.
I was really hoping Renfrow had more.
I really did too, man. Oh man,
that's still it's like
12 points more. Yeah, 12 points more, 82 to 70. I mean, that you definitely wouldn't have thought that at the beginning of the year.
All right, let's go on to the next one.
We got Dallas at New England.
Okay, Dallas, New England.
So remember, Belichick takes away your strongest asset.
Who is that?
I know. Who do you think is going to take away? So I think if you get this part of the game theory right,
I think he takes away Cooper.
You think he goes Cooper? Honestly, I think. Oh, man, I was thinking CD here, but I don't know if they have the goons to really stop CD.
I'm just remembering their last matchup, and Cooper had like 1 catch for 15 yards against New England. It was like, I think it was last year or 2 years ago. So that's what I'm thinking of. I think Elliott's still gonna have a good game. I don't think you can really stop Elliott. Yeah, it's really hard. But you're starting Lamb, you're starting Coopers, you're taking the chance. It's not like you have to bench him. But you saw also what happened to the Patriots defense last week against the Texans. David Mills was carving him up. So imagine what Prescott's going to do.
So that's why
Cooks still had a bad game.
Yeah, they took away Cooks, but he spread it around. Like he went deep to Moore, he went deep to other people. So yeah, I think if they can X out Cooks, which he lines up all over the field, that's what I'm kind of thinking. It might be CD because that kid has just been nightmarish. But obviously, Cooper can take over a game. But I think that's going to be more of just a J.C. Jackson one-on-one with Coop, but game plan towards CD and make the run game and Dalton Schultz beat you. But I think their scheme can take away Schultz because he's not that kind of a game breaker.
Patriots are number 1 against tight ends.
Yeah, their scheme is good against tight ends overall.
Yeah.
So honestly, we'll get to that later. But yeah, he's on one of my jabronis. But little hint.
Spoiler
alert. So you don't have to say. I guess you don't stay on. No, I'm kidding.
Well, on the other side, are you starting anybody in this matchup?
Maybe Jacoby Myers. Well, I guess he might get Trey Diggs' attention.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying.
So then Kendrick Bourne, but you aren't going to play him in a 12-team lead. I'm just saying like this might be like that's like a DFS take, but outside of Jacoby, like
How about Hunter Henry?
oh, you know what? I didn't even think about him. He's definitely a tight end flyer. He's on my pool. I only have like 6 tight ends that I'm looking at for right now to play tight ends in DFS. I haven't whittled it down to like 3 yet, but he's in that player pool.
Yeah, he's been getting some high volume targets past couple of weeks. And
Yeah, he's definitely taking the lead over Jonnu, unless tell otherwise noted.
yeah,
Sorry,
Patriots are gonna have to pass against Dallas, so someone's gonna get the ball. Might be him.
And well, finally, our last one, since we covered the Monday night game pretty good, Seattle at Pittsburgh.
Oh man, I think Pittsburgh's gonna put a whooping on Seattle this game.
You think so, huh? Because of Gino not being able to move the ball.
Yeah, so one of my jabronies, actually, spoiler, is Tyler Lockett. I don't think Gino's gonna be able to get him the ball, and I think the pass rush for the Pittsburgh Steelers is gonna get Gino, is gonna rattle him.
They might be the best defense, the highest scoring defense of the week. I mean, that offensive line's not that good.
Yeah, plus Gino can't run away like Russell does. So I think it's gonna be pretty brutal. Alex Collins is starting this matchup.
I wouldn't start him though.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I wouldn't start him unless you really need to. You know, if you're like the McCaffrey owner, like somebody over here, and you really need to start because he's injured.
Yeah, or you lost Saquon too, or there's a lot of injuries. Yeah, CEH. I've seen teams with CEH and Saquon, so they're in struggle bus mode right now. So yeah, you might have to start him in that sense, but outside of that, no.
Yeah, I think Metcalf still has an okay game, but other than that, I'm trying to fade the rest on Seattle side.
I mean, I can see this game outside of taking a couple shots downfield, but I think it's going to be very, quick reads for Gino, and because he's going to be under duress. I mean, he's not going to be able to have a lot of time, but I think it's just going to be if they can win their one-on-one matchups, because I know Pittsburgh's going to bring some heat.
Exactly. And on the Pittsburgh side, I think the receivers.
I love Najee. Najee's my favorite right now for this game. Man,
yeah.
Najee's my favorite.
Najee, Deontay Johnson are must starts. I feel like this week. I think they're going to have really good weeks. I haven't said that.
If you want my bold take, I think Najee
a streamer.
What?
Roethlisberger a streamer.
He could be.
Maybe.
Could be. I still think if especially McCorrin plays, I think Heineke's the best streamer this week.
What?
Yeah.
Heineke over Roethlisberger?
Going against KC's, going against KC's defense. And they're going to be behind because I think this is going to be an FU game by Mahomes. I think he's going to throw up 5 touchdowns this week.
Yeah, I don't think he gets on Roethlisberger and trust him. But Heineke should be great.
And it's because I think Najee's just going to do so much work. I mean, he's playing 99% of the snaps or something like that. And my bold take is that Najee finishes as running back number 1 this week. Like the top. Yeah,
that's definitely deserved a what.
I
could very possibly.
Definitely very possible.
He's finished number 1 when he had that like 14 reception game, right? He must have finished.
I think that was a couple weeks ago, wasn't it? Hold on.
Yeah, like
3. I don't have this somewhere here in my handy dandy notebook. Sorry, I had to do it.
It is handy dandy notebook. You always flipping through it.
Oh man. Oh yeah, he does. He was number 1 that week. Yeah, definitely. I saw it right there. Week 3. Week 3.
Yeah, so it might happen again. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Juju's out. Target's got to go somewhere.
I'm surprised the chat didn't clown me on that Blues Clues thing right there.
You should be clowned.
Hey man, I got a 1-year-old. Okay, stuff gets played in my house.
Are you playing Blues Clues yet?
I mean, it sometimes comes on after Paw Patrol. My kid loves Paw Patrol, man.
Everybody loves Paw Patrol.
Paw Patrol. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
That's a dad right there.
All right, that's a dad, man. It's fun though. My little man's walking now. It's great. It's just great to be a dad.
My son is, 18 months, 19 months. Is not walking.
You gotta just hold him up.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. He just falls.
Chris is like, answer my question, bro. Answer my question, man.
That's a great question. Before you answer, I want to jump in and go Mo Alley Cox. I think we were talking about this earlier. He's a guy who can blow at any game. And I forgot who they're going against, but they're bad against tight ends. Houston, yeah, they're terrible against tight ends. So Mo Alley Cox could be one of his games where he has a great game. And Evan Ingram, You see Tony now grabbing all the targets. Shepard's coming back. Slayton's coming back. Booker's going to get high volume. Is there really enough room for Ingram to do anything? Maybe, but I'd rather take the upside in Mo Alley Cox.
I agree. I'm going upside with this because I think like there's no safe floor for either guy. So go with the guy with the more upside, and I'm gonna go with Mo Alley Cox on that, Chris.
Yeah, boom. I need to find my gunshot.
Just know that again, neither of them has a safe floor. So if they both put up 2 points or 3 points or less than 5, I mean, it's kind of what you have to deal with, man. Good luck, man. Hope Mo Alley Cox kills it for you this week and gets you a dub.
Definitely.
Let us know if he does too. Come back and subscribe.
Yeah, I'm cheering for him now just because.
I will now, for sure. I want Chris's sub and a like.
We need it.
All right. So that was all the matchups. We got a good amount of questions. Good. We kind of teased our Goodfellas and Jabronies for this week. Starts and says, we got another one real quick. Should I accept CD for Hollywood Brown? I'm receiving CD.
I would. I know it's tough right now, but
you said I wouldn't?
I would.
Yeah, I'd still think like CD is a big name and great offense. Not to say that Baltimore is now turning into a passing offense now, but I like CD more than Hollywood the rest of the way.
Yeah, I think CD is better for the long term. Definitely, I think he's definitely safer. High flying offense. The Ravens look like they're going to pass more, like Joey said. What?
One second. Hold on.
Brown?
One sec. I think I might also have some stats on that too. But
I'm going CD.
9, 10, 5, 7. That's not what I was looking for. CD. And we have, real quick, I'm sorry, it's taking a little longer than I wanted. Oh, wow. The targets have gone down for CD, though.
Welcome in. Well, it's been, they've been running the ball.
Yeah, but that's another reason to be conservative about it. But, I mean, he went 15-9 and then went 3-5-6. So it's starting to trend back upwards, but I'm still thinking that he's going to get anywhere from 5 to 8.
Yeah, CD's just a guy. Marquise Brown's kind of the same. He's a guy who can catch it underneath and just take off. Like he has breakaway ability.
Yeah.
All right, let's go with Brock. Brock Gus. What's up, fellas? What's up, Brock?
You're 5-0, man. Congrats.
If you're like 5-0, PPR 2 flex. Wow, you need to give us advice, man. Trade Najee, Amari for CMC, Jacoby Myers. RBs are Beat, Monty, Moss. Receivers are Deontay, Debo, Godwin, Devontae, Debo. Wow, you have
but he's 5-0 though, man. Because that's why you can CMC would just like hold it down. But having Najee and Eck right now, that's the reason why he's 5-0. That's great. Just great. He's got.
Honestly, you're 5-0. I wouldn't screw anything up. If I'm 5-0, I'm just keeping my team and riding with it as long as I can.
I mean, I still think like if you want to, because you're going to trade away Najee in this trade, right? So, and I just made a bold take that Najee can finish RB1 this week again. Like, imagine him and just having like maybe he's not RB1, maybe he's like top 5 this week, right? That doesn't hurt his trade value any more or less than it does right now. So, I mean, you could still make this trade next week when CMC is actually back.
He might not be able to.
He might. I mean, why wouldn't he? I mean, it's just 1 week. The guy back next week, especially if Najee has another good week, is what I'm saying. I think you can still make this trade next week.
I think the guy who has CMC wants to start this week because
he wants Najee. I think he's on our tip here. Maybe he's watching the stream right now. He heard this take.
He must be.
He obviously is, Brock. I mean, because he's like, dude, they just said Najee's going to finish number 1. Man, I want Najee.
Yeah.
Take it for what it's worth, man. I still think if you're 5-0, you're kicking butt right now because a lot of people are hurting at that position. Dude, drive it home. Najee and Eck are in great positions this week. It's going to be tough to kind of fade that because now you're going to just rely on Eck and Zach Moss at the running backs with this trade because Monty's out, of course, and you're getting a hurt CMC.
Yeah, you're going to go 6-0 this week, most likely, with Najee starting. So,
no, don't do it then. Your opponent has CMC. Don't help him out. You're going to take your first L. So say no. Wait for 1 more week. Just tell him, look, Najee's going to beast this week. I'm open to at least considering this offer for next week, and we'll talk then. Boom. Open and shut the door.
Bro, don't do it. You got to play the matchup.
Play the matchup. You still got to win the week, man.
Yeah, you got to win it, then move on.
There you go.
Chris Ramison. Another question from him. Thanks for the help. Of course, man. We're here for you. One more question. Half PPR flex. Adam Thielen or Devontae Booker? Thielen has screwed me the past couple of weeks. Yeah, he hasn't gotten the volume that we expected.
And just because of that, I'm gonna go Devontae.
Yeah, if you want for sure volume, Chris, Devontae's gonna get a lot of work. He's gonna get a lot of work. Adam Thielen, we don't know at this point how much work he's gonna get. And he's been injured all week. So safer play Devontae Booker.
One more thing to remember about, like, you know, when you hear takes from anyone, or when you read an article or anyone, or you're on our stream right here and we're giving takes from our takes, whether things hit or not, just think about the process. I just want to drive the point home too. It was just like, think about how we're thinking about the game and how we expect it to go. And if you're watching the game, you know they're getting the work and just the O-line's not getting any push, that's one thing. But they're getting all the volume. If the volume is there, then it seems like the take is correct, is all I'm saying. So I just want you to know that, driving that point home, still keep the mindset and the process behind the picks and the takes.
Shots fired.
And just, I mean, we have actually, honestly, we have not gotten into anything in our mentions about our takes, or that they hit or miss.
We got guys coming back, and honestly, we've been hitting on most, to be honest.
Hitting on more than we're losing. Yes.
Yeah.
And regardless, no one's been getting in our mentions about, you messed up, bro.
So far so good.
Not even about that.
Thank you, Brock. We appreciate it. Anyone else who hasn't yet, please do the same. Really helps. We're doing this to help you guys. Really.
And Brock, since you just subbed, man, just to let you know, our schedule is pretty much just 2 days a week as of now. As you can see, our third wheel is not even here right now. He's going to come back. He's got to deal with some things. But we're on Tuesday and Friday nights, usually around 8 o'clock. So
yeah, and check out our Twitter. We'll post it here in the comments. So we do updates throughout the week. Yeah. Justin, is it time to panic on Rob? Because A-Rob, he's my wide receiver 4, and I got to start him next week PPR. To be honest, yeah, I'm panicking on Rob. It's been 5 weeks. Justin Fields looks like the game plan is to run the ball. It's not much passing, so the game plan is just not there for A-Rob. Could he have a blow-up week eventually? Maybe, but I'm not banking on it. He's more just like this low floor, low ceiling just kind of guy. It's not a guy you want to really start. He's a guy you want to trade because he has a big name, and hopefully you can get something out of him. But yeah, I'm panicking, to be honest. I traded him in my league.
Yeah, it's either you're going to trade him or you're just going to have to sit him until he proves it to you. And I like Yosef just alluded to, I think down the line he can start producing as Justin gets more acquainted with the offense and they trust him with more stuff. But I think still in the short term, they're not letting him air it out that much. So, but this week could be a little different just because they're on their third string running back. But I still think they're going to still give him a lot of runs. Woods, Tony, Julio, start one PPR. Justin. This one's tough. It's tough to go against Tony and his big week, but again, I like going with the safer floor, just because obviously Tony now has 2 other guys that get a lot of work. I'm gonna go with where you go?
You gotta go Woods.
Yeah. You gotta go Woods. Go Woods.
I wish you would.
Tony has more upside though. I'll say that. If you're projected to lose,
like Tony.
I do love Tony, dude. I love Tony. He's one of my favorites going forward.
We really appreciate you, Chris. Thanks for coming on.
You, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. Justin, would you trade Mike Davis or Gaskin for A-Rob? I like A-Rob more than those 2 guys. I'll say that, even though we've just kind of went down on A-Rob. But yeah.
You know what? I'm going to say no because I'd rather have running backs than just a receiver that's going to be on my bench.
You can just pick up Alex Collins, and he could produce just as much as Mike Davis.
I think he has A-Rob, right? Because he asked the other question.
He did say that, right? Yeah, he did
so
say that.
I think he's doing the opposite. He might want one of these guys for A-Rob. I think if you need a running back, I would do it. For both of them.
For both of them?
If it was Mike Davis and Gaskin for A-Rob, I'd do it.
I mean,
I'm super low on him. So.
Well, because Mike Davis is going down in the targets. I mean, obviously we saw.
Yeah, he's going down.
I know Ridley was out and it helped, and Gage was out, so it helped CPAC get more work. But I think after that, he still produced, got like 18 points. So CPAT's work is going to go up. Mike Davis is going to come down just a tad. So that 70% carry or running back workload he was getting is probably going to go down to 60. So it's tough. Yeah, I don't know. I like A-Rob more. I'll say that.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, block this dude, please. Eventually, we're gonna get something behind a paywall, so we don't have to worry about these. I'm gonna say it, just jackholes. Anybody that does that kind of stuff, just not here, man.
Justin, next week I got Daryl Williams, Schultz, Javonte Williams, A-Rob, and Waddle. Got to start 2 because of buys. You have to start 2 out of these guys? Well, Daryl Williams has to start and Javonte Williams. I'd start the running backs for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather have running back start than receivers. This is just me because I know they're going to get volume.
Yeah.
It's more bust.
Yeah, I'm starting the running backs.
You're welcome, Justin.
Would you start Justin Herbert this week or Lamar Jackson? That's a good problem to have. I think this might be a DFS question because I mean, you having both those quarterbacks.
Some people do because Justin Herbert was picked late in drafts.
Really?
Yeah, he was picked pretty late in drafts, surprisingly.
Engraven Vids, please tell me, is this a DFS question or is this actually a season-long question? I'm curious because either way, I mean, they're playing each other. They're playing each other.
They're playing each other. Oh man, yeah, that's right. Rushing.
Yeah,
this is gonna be a good game for both.
Yeah, I like Lamar though, just because of that rushing floor and like what he can do with his legs.
Yeah, I have to go with that. You have the higher floor with Lamar Jackson. I mean, look what Jalen Hurts did last night. He sucked passing the ball, but still had 20-something points just because of that running ability. I mean, you can't stop it.
Dude, Jalen Hurts in his first however many games, I don't think he's finished less than 20 points in any of the games he started.
He hasn't.
It's insane. Like even in he's playing like crap, 100 yards passing, he still puts up 20 points. Come on, these running quarterbacks just give you that floor that you, even if they're throwing like crap, you can still get there. And they're going against each other. Absolutely. You can start either one of them. You're not going to go wrong either way. I expect this game to be a shootout. But I am just leaning towards Lamar because of his electric feet.
Imagine him watching this game and like watching both of them play. And it's like battling in his head who he should have started.
Right. Man, I think there's going to be like a difference of like 10 points either way. I mean, maybe it's like a 30-20. It's still going to be a solid 20 either way.
It's going to be a good game. I'm excited for them. My running backs are Jones, J-Rob, Javonte, Daryl Williams, Mattison, and A.J. Dillon.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty good running backs, man.
Yeah.
It's good to have big depth in running backs. I like that.
I'll say this, but like he's got J-Ro too, and he's saying I got to start Daryl Williams or Javonte, A-Rob. I mean, but if you got A-Rob, and then I saw J-Rob there too. I think J-Ro is like your number one. Yeah. If I saw that right. Yeah, J-Rob, Javonte, Daryl, Madison. Yeah. J-Rob's definitely number one. And if you can play the other two in the one of the other running backs and then a flex, yeah. You're not starting Madison or A.J. Dillon this week for sure. So there you go. Cool. Yeah, man. Appreciate you guys, man. Just like and subscribe. Come back Friday night.
Someone subs.
Again, when we look, okay, we got a plan here. We're gonna take StreamYard to the next level, and we're gonna probably be able to simultaneous stream this on Twitch as well. That way you get more engagement and stuff. But we're still praying. We just started out this year. It's our first year. We're very passionate. We're very excited about doing this. We've been talking about this for a while. But we just having this feedback this early on in the season, man, we just thank you guys so much. Appreciate you guys and appreciate the love. Good luck this week.
Let's ask them if they like this drop as a sub. No,
the
trumpet. It's the trumpet.
Do you like the trumpet? Go ahead. That's going to be so corny. Oh, go ahead.
I like it. When someone subs, I like it.
Something better. Yeah, man.
Yeah, we got a couple of them.
Want to do pick'ems and get out of here again? Chat if you.
But let's go through these real quick. Appreciate you, David Vids. Like, subscribe, man. Thank you.
Oh, Noah's back. What's up, Noah? Let's do Noah's question real quick.
He should have a good game, Justin.
Thank you, Justin. Very underrated fantasy stream. Appreciate that, man. Noah, let's answer Noah's question real quick. Should I trade CMC and Mike Williams for Eckler, DJ Moore, Jamar Chase, and Mahomes? Whew. And Mahomes? Yeah. I mean, if you're able to get all that, like, what? Am I reading that correctly?
Should I trade CMC, Mike Williams for Eckler, DJ Moore, Jamar Chase, Mahomes? Dude, what kind of dude? This is like crazy trade. No. Well, is he the one in the big league?
Yeah, is this the 20 team? I think Noah was the 20-team league, right?
I know he has.
No way. There was another sub member that had like a 6-team league, right? And it had massive, like, everybody was good because it was a 6 or 8-team league. But I don't know. But if you're getting that much for those two players, hell yeah.
Yeah, bro, you're getting a squad.
No question.
CMC's out this week. That's a guaranteed win for you this week.
You get a whole starting roster right there. Anyway.
I love DJ Moore. I love Jamar Chase. Mahomes, of course. I love Eckler. I love all those guys. Of course, I love CMC too.
Oh, that's why. Justin, you're correct. Yeah, J-Ro has a bye next week. That makes sense why you asked for next week. Sorry about that. I did not know that. Good foresight by you, my man. I do think Waddle. I like Waddle there too. Yes, indeed. You guys can do a lot with it. Yeah, we're learning. We're learning as we go. Yosef's definitely holding down the 1s and 2s, and I'm just bringing some of the factuals and the stats. It's definitely what I like to do.
That's what we got.
But we're missing you guys. If you guys are just subbed today, we're missing our comedy arm with Brian. He's awesome.
He's awesome, and then we got the sad trombone. Yeah, he's awesome, but we're sad that he's not here. That's why. But oh, you're muted. Joey's muted. Yeah, fix your mic, Joey. No. All right. J-Rob or Aaron Jones rest of the season? That's a tough one, but I'm going Aaron Jones. Definitely the volume is there.
Better?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I went to my laptop. My mic keeps going in and out on this damn StreamYard stuff. It's all good.
No worries.
Yes, better?
It's good.
Okay, cool. All right, cool.
J-Rob or Aaron Jones rest of the season? I'm going Aaron Jones for sure.
Okay.
I mean, J-Rob is great. J-Rob is great, but if I had to choose one, I'm going Aaron.
Hey, bookmark Cavalier real quick, and we're gonna go to Goodfellas and Jibronies, and we'll go right back to questions before we do pick'ems and get out of here. So we want to get through the segments real quick, so we don't keep hurting everybody's ears here. Goodfellas, let's do Brian's real quick since he's not here. He had his Goodfellas for the week are Daryl Williams. So if you picked him up off waivers, stream him this week. Go ahead. I personally think he would agree to this too if he was on stream, was that he could potentially replace CEH for the next 3 weeks and beyond. What I mean, I think he could be the back that they're really looking for in this offense because he does it all. CEH, what he lacks is in between the tackles, and Daryl Williams does do the short yardage work already, and he was already increasing snaps and workload for the last couple weeks. So I like Daryl Williams. I agree with Brian's take there. His other good fella is OBJ. It's a bold take.
I don't know what his take is on that.
I would have to hear. He didn't give us a lot of explanation on that. He just gave us his takes. And I'm trying to compartmentalize here and also kind of how Brian would think about this. I'm going to the matchup, Arizona. Last week, obviously, held Deebo Samuel in check. And Baker's not been accurate. And it's going to be a tough one, but he's obviously going for a dart throw there, is what I'm thinking. His jabronis are Damien Harris. This is more of his fades or manage expectations on these guys. Damien Harris is going against Dallas. Dallas's defense has been very solid throughout the year. And I think they're going to have to play a lot of catch-up anyway, which kind of phases out game script and game theory for Damien Harris, right? So the next guy, Kirk Cousins for Brian here. And they're going against –
That's a jabroni, right?
That's the second jabroni.
Jabronis are a sits, basically, of the week.
There you go, yeah.
Lower expectations.
Yeah. Mafia theme, Goodfellas, jabronis. There you go for your new guys. And Minnesota's going against Carolina. So I guess he's expecting more of a game script probably for Dalvin Cook and company there going against Carolina. And Kirk Cousins will be struggling against a pretty good Carolina defense, which they have some great corners too. And pass rush. Brian Burns is a beast.
Definitely. Panthers defense was legit.
Go ahead with yours.
All right, my first good fella, Emmanuel Sanders. for the Buffalo versus Washington. Washington has a horrible pass defense, and Buffalo has a great passing attack. And Emmanuel Sanders, I mean, I could have picked Diggs here, but he's pretty obvious. He's going to have a great game too. I think Emmanuel Sanders is must start this week. He gets the downfield throws. He's getting the volume. Horrible Washington defense, and Josh Allen is killing it lately. He's a must start for me.
You want to do alternate, or you want to go through yours?
I'll just go through mine.
You go ahead.
My next good fella, start of the week, Daryl Henderson versus the Giants. We touched on this. I think the Giants' run defense is not great. McVay loves Henderson, and every time he touches the ball, he's getting massive yards. He looks great. Really love him in this matchup. I just traded for him, so this is also me just trying to hype him up. Come on, Henderson. I know you're watching. Let's do it. And for my sits, my jabronis, I'm going Josh Jacobs versus the Broncos. I don't like how the offensive line is looking for Oakland. Oh, Oakland! Wow.
Oh, Jesus.
Back for Vegas.
Where's that drop for you? Wah, wah, wah.
No, I don't do it for myself. It's only for you guys.
Gotcha.
Broncos defense is pretty good against the run. So I would, if you have someone else, start him over Josh Jacobs. And my other jabroni, Tyler Lockett versus Pittsburgh. Geno Smith starting. I'm not sure how we can get it down the field with Tyler Lockett. We haven't seen it yet. And Pittsburgh's pass rush is very good. Seattle's offensive line is not that great. I think Geno Smith is going to struggle in this one. I am sitting Lockett if you can.
Awesome. And again, guys, you guys are doing your questions. Cavalier, Justin, Matt Chen, and Josh. We see him, man. We're just going to get through this my last part of the segment, and we'll get to those questions. So my good fellows this week are Travis Kelsey. He's really good at football. He's been on a couple down weeks. I expect this to be a splash week for the KC offense. I mean, somewhere between 3 and 5 touchdowns, or maybe even more. Mahomes is going to go berserk, and I think possibly 2 of them are going to go to Kelsey. I really do feel that this Washington defense, as high as I was on them preseason, and definitely has not amounted to that in any way, shape, or form. And I think the Chiefs definitely know the headlines. They see what's being talked about them. They're going to let the world know, who the defending. Well, not defending, but they were in the Super Bowl last 2 years and they won one. There you go.
Defending AFC champs.
They're good at football. Anyway, my next good fella, star of the week. I would definitely consider this guy for a flex play. Javonte Williams, going against my Raiders. They are favored in this game. They're also at home. This guy does get more and more work every week. I think this is what I would call like a 5-box running back, and which is at home, favored, gets work in the passing down. He doesn't get I guess he doesn't get about 15 to 20 touches yet. He should be getting there soon, but he's getting more and more work every single week. I like him a lot. I think our team Raiders gave up, I want to say like 130, 140 yards last week against backup running backs. Khalil Herbert, he did great. With Damien Williams didn't even have a lot of the work. So Javonte carried like 8 people against the Ravens 2 weeks ago too.
Yeah, I love that.
Start Javonte. Jabronis this week. I'm actually going to go a little against the grain because this guy gets recommended and touted for the past few weeks. Dalton Schultz. I'm actually going to go say pump the brakes on him, manage expectations. I think this could be more of a week for just grind it out and manage the game. It's a division game, so those ones are usually tight. And that's where I think this is a place where Zeke thrives, and going against whoever Belichick doesn't take out of the game, whether that's CD or Amari Cooper, their scheme-wise is number 1 against tight ends as far as New England's defense. So I'm going to say pump the brakes on Dalton Schultz. And then finally, my last fade or sit of the week is Ryan Tannehill going against the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football. The stars come out on primetime, and I'd say that it's Derrick Henry, or it's on the other side, it's going to be Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and company there. I think those are the ones that have the bigger weeks. While they should be down, there could be garbage time here with also A.J. Brown and Julio Jones coming back. But Trey White and company, Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, that secondary, Taron Johnson even, that their slot corner, these guys fly around the field. They're all ball hawks. I think they're going to make life pretty difficult on Ryan Tannehill in the passing game. There you go.
Shots fired. All right, let's get to the questions.
Cavalier.
Should I trade Eckler and Calvin Ridley for Dalvin Fart? Fart P.
Fart P.
Oh, wow. I didn't even see that in the media.
Oh, geez. I didn't even see that either.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, my goodness. That's
I think
funny.
Cavaliers, did he pee in his pants? Or is he talking about Dalvin Cook?
Yeah. And did he pee or who peed? Who pooped? He had diarrhea, too. Easy. All right, let's move on. Should I just trade Eckler or Cal Ridley for Dalvin Cook? Oof.
No.
No, I'm keeping Eckler. It's beyond that. I mean, they're going to be close. I think Eckler's still good, and also you have Ridley too. I think that outproduces Dalvin Cook combined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't trade for the PP pants.
That too.
Justin. Also, one of my leagues, I just traded Zeke and got Aaron Jones and Hollywood. Thoughts?
Traded Zeke. But he got Hollywood. He definitely got value. I'd say I'd like Zeke a lot, but if you gotten Jones and Hollywood and the upside that he's been bringing, overall good trade, good move for depth.
Yeah, Aaron Jones not too much of a drop off from Zeke.
Not at all. Yeah, not at all. Good trade. Matt Chen. Trade. Go ahead.
Trade AJ Brown, Mike Davis, Justin Herbert, and Corey Davis for Chubb and D-Hop. I already have Hurts and badly needed RB2.
Ooh. Okay, then. It's just that.
Who's your other quarterback?
Yeah, no. He said he has Hurts. So he has Hurts and that's why he's Justin. But Chubb is out this week, and D-Hop is in an offense where we've been talking about this the last couple streams. Is Kyler's spreading the ball around? Kyler and the Cardinals and the Buffalo Bills, they're both spreading the ball around. Like D-Hop and Diggs aren't getting peppered with targets like they used to be in years past, right? So they're getting a lot more people involved. So it kind of just hurts those kind of guys' value.
It's tough, though, because he needs an RB2 in Chubb.
And the reason why I bring that up is I'm just thinking I don't know if you really want to go all that out for one this week.
Who's he really getting rid of? A.J. Brown is not that –
I would try to trade Hurts.
You would trade Hurts?
Over Justin Herbert?
I'd keep Hurts.
I'd
rather have Hurts, to be honest.
Really?
You see that high floor he has. He's so safe.
But Bray doesn't have a rushing floor either, and he's still balling out. I mean, Herbert is just arguably doing the same kind of work, and he has a little more rushing upside.
Yeah. You can't go wrong with either one.
Well, both of the guys are starting in 12-team leagues, easy. But I'm just saying I wouldn't go for broke. I guess you're not, like you said, you're not going for broke when trading away. But AJ Brown could still ball out the rest of the year. Let's not rule that out. So I say no to this trade because, again, for the current matchup, I think you're taking an L. And then who knows? What if the Chubb calf injury is actually serious? No, it doesn't make a difference. Not Robbie. It doesn't make a difference. So, yeah, Matt, I'd say Chubb's health is actually concerning, though, because these calf injuries have been holding people out. Jimmy Garoppolo has a calf injury. He hasn't been playing. So George Kittle went on IR with these calf injuries. These calf injuries can be definitely detrimental. So pump the brakes on it, man. That's my advice. What say you?
I would say, Matt, I would do the trade. I'm not a big fan of having two big-time quarterbacks. I think if you really need a running back, you can get one like Chubb. And the best person you're trading away in this trade is your quarterback, Justin Herbert, or if it was Hurts. So Mike Davis, I'm not high on. AJ Brown, I'm not high on. Corey Davis, I'm not high on. So I think you're getting the best player, the best value in this trade, getting a running back like Chubb, and then D-Hop. I mean, he's startable. He's good. I like it.
Can't you do the same trade with Hurts instead of Herbert though? I mean, you could. I don't know. I just think I like Herbert a lot, man. I traded for Hurts. I like Hurts as well, but I value. If I had Herbert, I'd be sitting pretty. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I can't really argue with that. Either one.
Cavalier.
Josh Sturgenhagen.
What's up, Josh?
I hope I said that right. Start Kareem Hunt or Robert Woods in the flex. Jabroni, is that like pepperoni?
Good one. Did you have that drop?
I have like a laughing drop.
Oh, we did have a laughing drop. I remember that one.
I think it's too loud though.
We'll get better with the drops as we go.
I just can't focus on two things. I'm not good at
Kareem Hunt or Robert Woods. I'm starting Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, I'm starting Kareem Hunt.
Yeah,
he's we talked about how the matchup's not that great, but still, it's Kareem Hunt starting running back for the Browns on a run heavy team.
And I think Cooper Kupp comes back with some vengeance here. Not to say that Robert Woods is going to come put up a complete dud, but I think this is a Cooper Kupp week to get back on track.
I play a lot of fantasy, actually. I'm in 5 fantasy leagues. That's a lot, but that's nothing compared to Joey. He's in like 50.
I mean, yeah, if you want to count DFS, best ball, and all that stuff, yeah, I'm in a lot.
Well, good luck in all your 5 leagues, Kevin. All right, let's get into our pick'ems.
Pick'ems. All right. Chat, if you're still here, anyone's still here, we're going to go through the chat. We're going to go through our matchups. We'll bring up Brian's. That gives you guys some time, too. If you want to label who do you think is going to win this week, I'll do my best to kind of get a consensus from the chat, and we'll kind of go against you guys, too. See if the chat wins versus our picks. We'll have some fun with it going the rest of the way. All right. Do you have Brian's up?
I want to address this. The jabroni is not like a pepperoni. Is that? It's not a pepperoni. It's actually, we don't really know what it is. But The Rock in the WWE, WWF used to say it, and he used to call the bums jabronis. So that's what we call our bums.
And it also sounds like something Italian mafia might say too. Goodfellas and the jabroni. Jabroni.
I think he is Italian.
Yeah, maybe he is. Anyway, I like to call him Kareem Hunt because he's bringing home the cream this week.
Let's hope. If he's in your lineup, I'm cheering for him, Josh. Let's go. Bring in the cream.
All right, so we'll go through the matchups. We all hit Tampa Bay on our TNF on our Tuesday night podcast. We usually do the Thursday night matchup in depth, and we pick that one. We all pick Tampa Bay. We're not that dumb. London game. Maybe Brian is, but he went with our pick. There you go. Miami at Jacksonville. Do you have Brian's picks ready so you can do that one?
Oh, no, I don't actually.
All right, chat. Who do you guys think, Miami or Jacksonville this week? Just winning the game. We're just doing pick 'em. This is good for maybe you guys are doing ESPN's pick 'em challenge. You guys can maybe take some of our picks. Go with your own, of course. We're just going to do it ours.
I don't see his pick here. Maybe he was too embarrassed to pick his Dolphins.
You know he's going to go with the Dolphins. That's his team. We'll confirm with him, but I'm going with Jacksonville on this one. I think they're going to get their first win. Let's go Jacksonville. Did they win at all? I don't think they won.
Yeah, I need to catch up on Brian, so I'm going Jacksonville as well.
Oh, yeah, you and me, we'll go Brian. I'll pencil him in on this one. Chat gonna say nothing? It's okay. If they don't, chat doesn't want to do it. Chat doesn't have to do it. Green Bay at Chicago.
Green Bay.
I'm going Green Bay.
Even though I'm hoping for a big game from Khalil Herbert.
We're all going Green Bay on that one. That's fine. All right. Cincinnati at Detroit.
You know what? I really want to pick Detroit because I really want them to win. I feel bad for them. But I'm going Cincinnati. I can't do it.
Are we all going Bengals? Yeah, he's going Bengals too. All right, we're all going Bengals on that one too. I do. I agree with you. That same exact take. I want them to win, but I just think their passing attack is just going to overload Detroit. And let me know if chat. I'm on the Fantasy Labs Vegas page, so I know who the favorite is. That way, when I pick my upset, I know who the upset is. So just bear with me. I'm going Houston at Indy. Indy's favored by 9.5. What did you say?
Houston is at Indy. I'm gonna think about this one. Who did
Brian? This is an easy one. It should be an easy one for everybody. Hello?
He has Indy. Yeah. I guess I'll go with you guys. Indy
-9. Come on now, you gotta just pick them. Yeah, you gotta just do it. All right, next one I got is Rams at Giants. Rams are 9.5 favorites, and I think this one we're not really going against the grain here. These are all pretty standard.
Yeah, it's not that tough.
KC at Washington Football Team. That's an easy one.
Man, this one, man. I don't know. Yeah, I'll go KC.
Really? Minnesota at Carolina.
Who's the underdog on this one?
I'm looking for it right now. Hold on.
I think the Vikings are projected to win.
Minnesota at Carolina. It opened at -1.5 for Carolina, but now it's at 2.5 Minnesota.
Heck yeah. Okay, Carolina's my upset.
Carolina upset. What did he have?
North Carolina.
What did he pick?
He picked the Vikings.
I'm going to go with you, Yosef, on this one. It's obviously not going to be my upset because I can't pick it if you pick it. I'll pick something else. I'll find something else. Hopefully. Yosef, and I'm going with it too. And then Brian, Minnesota. Okay. Chargers at Baltimore. He went
Oh,
Chargers
man.
for the upset.
Wow, what a puss ball. He did that as his
Not
upset.
bad. It's not a bad pick because Justin Herbert. We just got done talking about him too.
Um,
But we got to catch up. I'm going Baltimore. I'm going to go with Lamar.
yeah, I got to catch up. I'm going Baltimore.
All right, we're going to go with him. He's on his lonesome on his upset pick. Okay. Arizona at Cleveland. Cleveland is -3, but no Chubb. Interesting. It even went to -3.5 now. I think that line's going to change, but right now it's still -3. This might be my upset of the pick of the week. I'm actually going to go Arizona on this one. I'm going to still say they're going undefeated on this one. And they're
the Browns are projected to win?
As of now, it says live -3.5.
Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, I'm going Arizona.
Arizona. He also went. We all did, but that's my upset though. So I guess if we all win, I get an extra point. That's cool with me.
That actually works for you. Real good.
Works great for me. The Raiders at the Broncos. And
Brian has.
he didn't pick it.
What the heck? Why is he skipping them?
I don't know. He didn't pick it. I don't see Broncos or Raiders on his list. All right. Well, we'll get back to him on that. What did you pick?
I'm going. I think the Raiders are going to be distracted. I'm going Broncos.
I know Brian's going to go. I'm going to pencil him in on this one, though, but I'll go with you two on that one. 3 more left. Dallas at New England.
Wait, you're picking Broncos over the Raiders?
No, I'm picking the Raiders. I'm saying Brian's going to go.
Okay. Oh, I was shocked for a bit.
No, I'm always picking my team. I never do that.
Oh, wow. Okay. You're not like Brian who goes against his own team.
That's so weird. I mean, maybe against Brady, I probably would too, because he did pick he picked the Buccaneers last week against the Dolphins, so he was a smart man. And I was like, oh, you're picking against your team. They're going to lose. And sure enough, they got shellacked. So I picked his Dolphins, and I was the one that lost. Anyway, Dallas at New England. Dallas -2, or actually -3 now.
Dallas.
And he picked the Cowboys. Yes, we're all on Dallas. Seattle at Pitt. And he picked the Steelers. I think you're going Steelers.
Yeah.
We're all going Steelers on that one. No Russ. Sorry, Seattle. Buffalo at Tennessee. He went Buffalo.
Buffalo.
And we're all going Buffalo. Man, there's not a lot of different ones. We only have like 2 or 3 that are different. So these ones seem pretty straightforward. So probably that's why chat didn't want to get involved in this one. They're like, guys, these are pretty easy to pick.
Easy, guys.
They made it a big deal making this pick 'em segment. I'm kidding. All right, guys. Well, that pretty much does it. Unless there's any more questions, I appreciate everyone who asked questions tonight. It was a great stream. Had some fun. Any last words?
Make sure you follow our social media. We have Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Where we do updates. I'll post the Twitter. Well, you can find it on our
that's at Fantasy F Mafia for Twitter. Our IG is fantasy_football_mafia. TikTok is fantasyfootball_mafia. And you guys are already on our YouTube channel anyway, so you guys know where that one is. But yeah, we have 4 social media platforms. We are working to keep expanding this. Again, it's our first year. We're doing this. We appreciate the love. And keep coming back Tuesday night, Friday nights for now. And we'll let you guys know when any schedules change.
That's right. Now look for the updates on the Twitter. We'll update throughout the week. Anything changes.
Yeah, I'll be posting our Goodfellas and Jabronies soon after, so you guys can review those for the weekend. And then feel free to ask questions away on the comments. I'll get those notifications.
Yep. Good luck, everyone. Have a good
luck.
week.
Hope you win.
Mafia signing out.